On today's show, Intel TigerLake 11th generation processors arrive just as Apple jumps ship. AirPods Studio details emerge, and Apple is granted a patent on a pivoting notebook keyboard. I'm David from Living on iPad, and I simplify Apple so that everything just works for you. If you want the latest Apple leaks, news and rumours at 12 UTC weekdays, click the like button, hit subscribe and ring my bell so I can give you a shout out in my notification squad. Shout outs coming at the end of the video. Intel's TigerLake 11th gen processors drop. So, I'm not a processor guy, I don't know the details behind all this stuff, but this seems to be kind of important. Intel has been taking its sweet time with updating things, and these are their 10nm processors that are coming. They've managed to shrink the die a bit. It's still nowhere near what Apple will be doing. We assume that this year's A14 processors will be coming with a 5nm process, which I guess if it's going down by half, that's twice as good. But the latest Intel chips include the Iris Xe graphics chips, which can run up to an 8K panel at 12-bit color depth. That is quite impressive work. To put it in perspective, to run an 8K panel, that's the equivalent of 4K displays, all in one place, all kind of seamless. 12-bit color means that you're getting more depth in things like the very deep blacks, the very deep greens. You're going to get more detail in those. Initially, they'll be released in quad-core processors between i3 and i7, up to a base clock of 3.7 GHz and boosts of up to 4.8 GHz. So they're going for less cores again and a little bit higher clock speeds, which should be good for power efficiency, but nowhere near what we can get out of the A14s and the Mac Apple Silicon. AirPods Studio details emerge. So this is from a leak from Kamiya, one of our favourite leakers, again, as we've still not had a call from John. For the AirPods Studio, this is the over-ear headphones that Apple is bringing out to complement its in-ear AirPod line. The AirPods Studios will come in white and space grey, have very high quality audio, active noise cancelling. Now somebody on Kamiya's Twitter feed has had hands-on with this, and he was saying the sound quality is comparable to the Sony WX line with best-in-class active noise cancellation. They'll feature the H1X chip. The H1 chip is what Apple uses to kind of manage their headphones. There will be an Equaliser. Now I'm not quite sure how that's going to work, whether there'll be a specific app that you use as your Equaliser or if it will be built into settings on the Mac or on your iPhone or iPad. Ear detection, which is already exists in the AirPods themselves, so as you put them in or out of your ear, it will start and stop playback. That will also feature in the over-the-head Studio Pods. It's rumoured to be announced directly onto the Apple website, although I think if we are going to get any kind of digital event next week on Tuesday, that would be a good place for them to get mentioned. They're also going to have hand gesture controls, just like the HomePods, so you'll be able to, I believe you can wave your hand over the HomePods to raise and lower your volume levels. They'll be shipping in September or October with a price point of $349. We talked about how Apple might ditch the Beats branding when Beats One Radio was rebranded as Apple Music Radio. I'm still not convinced, and my main reason for that, and I keep saying this, is that I don't feel like Android users are going to go out and buy some Apple Studio Pods. They're not going to necessarily be buying AirPods, but the Beats line, because it kind of still stands away from Apple a little bit, it's got that kind of own brand, it's got its own heritage with the Dr. Dre links. I feel like there's a lot more Android users that would be happy to buy Beats headphones than Apple headphones. But what do you think in the comments? Let me know just down there. Obviously it's hard to know because we're Apple guys. Pretty much I guess everyone that watches this channel, it's because you're already into Apple. And if you're watching on your iPhone right now, which I'm guessing most of you are, which iPhone is it? Apple is granted a patent on a pivoting notebook keyboard. One of the biggest complaints that people seem to have about MacBooks and MacBook Airs, and in fact in most laptops, is that the angle of the keyboard is not great for typing on. It puts a little bit more strain on your wrists because the keyboard is completely flat to the table, whereas most desktop keyboards tend to have a bit of an incline to them. Apple has just been granted a patent for a design which lifts the keyboard section, pivoting up from the base of the laptop. As the display opens, the keyboard will also pivot up. The guts of your computer, the battery, the logic boards, and all of that gubbins will stay flat to the table. The keyboard itself will pivot up with the trackpad as the laptop screen opens. I'm doing some great mime here. But that will give you a better angle to type on, and it should also have the option, according to this patent filing, to expose new ports under the laptop, under the screen, which you'll be able to plug additional accessories into. It would also potentially open up more venting around the actual processor unit and the batteries to keep everything nice and cool. I expect in the next few years to see a revolutionary new design from Apple in their notebook lines. And onto my notification squad, you might have noticed YouTube has rushed me their cardboard 100 subscriber sign. We hit 100 subscribers probably a week ago now, which was thank you so much to you guys for liking and subscribing to the channel. We're now on the way to 1,000. 1,000 is where I can actually turn this into kind of beginning to be a little bit of a business. As a part of that, notification squad, super important. If you want to be in the notification squad, you need to subscribe and ring the little bell down there so that you actually know when I publish new stuff. And our latest member who has joined the notification squad is Dan Elector. I'm going to say Dan Elector, but thank you, Dan. Thank you for joining. Your name is down there. Thank you so much. If you want to shout out in the next video, do exactly what Dan did. Be like Dan. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow.